be killing, start chilling, afraid to walk the streets at night. Now that ain't right.
We need more love in the world today. It's time to make a change. There's got to be a better way. Why can't we live our lives in peace and a harmony? Wouldn't that be nice to see? Everybody dancing, hand in hand, be more understanding of a fellow man. Everybody's dancing. Wouldn't that be great? Every man, woman, boy, and girl. It's not too late.
Gang banging, that's the road to nowhere. On the run, living in fear. It's a war zone with prisoners and
Hi, welcome again to the Donna Thorne special. Our topic is unsolved cases. Now, as you know from the show before of unsolved cases, we talked about people who hadn't had their cases solved, people who were murdered or incidents had happened and how the family has went through things. Our guests on the show today are going to tell a little bit about what they've been through and what they know about working with the community. Now we're going to start with Greg.
Hello.
Okay.
Greg Brown.
Greg Brown. Okay. Kisha Osby again. Okay. And Robert.
Robert Blandy.
Robert Blandy. First, we're going to start with you, Greg. I'd like for you to tell a little bit about how you work with the community. You know, you help people in the community with job referrals, and you also help victims of crime.
Yeah, we have a 3-day seminar. We give everybody $10 for coming, and what they be doing is like filling the application, taking tests, doing role modeling, negative, positive, regular job, group counseling, individual counseling, etc. On the 3rd day, we had different companies from all over here, different kinds of job training, school, and rehabilitation to be there. And
did I hear you say $10 for coming?
Yes.
Oh, so the community can really be happy about getting involved.
Yeah.
$10 to come and take the seminar.
Yeah, that's for like, just say if you need a bus fare or somebody to babysit for you or something like that, that's what it's for. Yeah. But we do buy bus passes and stuff like that for people.
That's wonderful.
If they need a uniform to start work or something, we'll take care of that for them too.
Oh, what type of job training do you have?
We're a pre-employment preparation. That's what we does. We get everybody ready while they fill out the correct way of filling out applications and how to present themselves on interviews and stuff things like that.
You also work with victims?
We work with victims. We work with everybody. We work with people that just getting out of prison, people very low income, people that's hard to place, or people that's just out of work and just trying to get back into the field, or anybody that has a chance that want to change their life.
Yeah, that's good. What's the name of this company?
It's called Project Build.
Project Build.
It was founded by a lady her name is Congresswoman Maxine Waters.
Oh, yeah. She comes to my church.
Oh.
Paradise Baptist Church.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She speaks there.
I want to talk a little bit about how Robert works with community too. He works with children in the community. Could you tell us about your involvement with the children and PTA and all the things that have to do with?
Well, I am a instructor. I'm a state instructor. I teach and train people how to drive school buses in the community, and we come in contact with the students via the bus, and we get to take them to PTA meetings and things like that. We do the buses, the company or the district provides that service for you to go to PTA. And I think that a lot of the parents don't go to PTA and they're not involved in the schools.
But that's wonderful that you provide a ride for the people. I know I used to be secretary of my daughter's PTA, and it was really a wonderful experience, but I had to get myself there, and so this is really great that you provide
the school district, the city of LA.
The city.
Yeah.
Ah, I didn't know that.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
not enough people come. But as a driver and an instructor, we get to see a lot of the students out there, and we play a part on how they grow, as well as the teacher, and as mainly as the parents, and what we say to the students on board the bus is kind of important, kind of could hurt them and stuff like that. But we try to be positive role models for them too.
Great. Now your whole family is involved in the community, working with the community, right?
Yes.
That's fantastic. So it's like a life thing for you.
Yes. Well, when I was little, my mother was the PTA president at my elementary school, and when I went to junior high school, my mother was PTA president there, and when we went to high school, mother was PTA president there. So mother was there, and mother worked in the community with the NAACP. When we all graduated out of school, she went back to the schools and started working with more students and as a teacher's aide. And when my mother went home to Jesus, she they named a school after her, and they named a library after her.
Is the reason for this, have you ever had any violent crimes to happen in your family or anything that got your family involved in doing this?
No, we just wanted to make it better for the black and people in the world.
Oh, okay. Well, what we're going to do, we're going to talk more about this, and we're going to go to a segment of where a violent crime has been committed and it's been unsolved. When we come back, we're going to talk about how things like this affect your lives and your job, and how people should get involved and help one another, and PTA through taking care of their children's needs in the school, and how things have happened in our lives that should bring us together and work together and doing something about it. And how some things have been solved for some people, and how they can be solved for other people, just by getting involved. And I think it's really a blessing, to work together to see some areas in our community coming together to help the needs of others. And I want to talk with you also, Kisha, you to tell us about how being an abused child, in gangs, how this is a chain reaction, and how everyone, as far as these areas are related to one another. And I think that what you're doing is beautiful, working with the community like that. Okay, we're going to the segment right now, and this is Unsolved Case. It's my daughter's murder, and here we go.
Tonight on LA's Most Wanted, another brutal, senseless, cold-blooded murder that can be solved if someone watching this evening will just pick up a telephone and bring some justice to the family of Marie Thorne, who was gunned down one night here in Hollywood before she could even reach the prime of her life. The evening had begun at Carlos and Charlie's on the Sunset Strip. Marie and a girlfriend had gone there hoping to see some celebrities. Instead, Marie met a young man, Shannon Thames. At closing time, they left in his Mercedes convertible to get a late meal. Along the way, Shannon stopped his car to talk to an old acquaintance named Greg Smith. Marie was sitting between the men when they got into an argument. Smith allegedly pulled a gun.
And for Greg to shoot her, why? I mean, there's no reason for that. That's just cold-blooded murder. I mean, for no reason. A lot of people get shot, a lot of people get killed, but most of the time, you can find a reason or a motive for the killing. There was absolutely no reason for this girl to get killed. Absolutely no reason. He had a beef with Shannon. Why didn't he shoot Shannon?
In fact, he did, but that was after he shot Marie, and instead of dying, Shannon survived his wounds. The investigation now fills 2 murder books at LAPD's Hollywood station, but there's more to this tragedy.
The damage to her family, her mother and her family, has just been... Her mom calls me all the time, and bless her heart, when are you going to catch this guy? And it just drives me nuts. It's driving her crazy.
I just want this to end for everybody. I want people to have enough love in their hearts to not kill and destroy others, because it's not right. Everybody has a right to be here and to do something productive with their life.
Consider what Greg Smith has allegedly done with his life. He has a long arrest record and he's well known to law enforcement agencies. Smith is described as a major narcotics dealer who is armed and dangerous.
Just killed an innocent person like that, and he still is out there having a good time. It's like, God, how could he when he just, I'll never be the same, you know? A part of me has died, really has. And that he may kill other people too. You know, I feel sorry for the other people's families.
It's been rumored, and we have checked on him before in other murder cases. And this is a guy who needs to go to jail real bad, real bad.
Here's how you can help. Call 213-485-2504 or 485-6410. LAPD detectives are waiting for your call.
It could be them next. It could be somebody in their family. And they're just as guilty as he is if they don't do anything about it.
There is nothing worse in life for a parent than having to bury one of your children. The agony that Marie's mother has had to endure is impossible to describe. So the least that someone can do tonight is to make the call that will lead police to Greg Smith. He deserves his day in court. Marie's mother has a right to be able to sleep at night.
What a nightmare.
Need more love in the world today. It's time to make a change. There's got to be a better way.
Well, viewers, I don't know what you think of that, but that's what happened to my daughter in my case. And there's a lot of other cases that are unsolved like that. For one thing, I don't know what it's going to take for this to be solved, because one of the detectives that you saw, Detective Harris, that was working on the case, well, he's retired. And the other detective, Kilgoy, he don't even talk to me when I call. He's always out in the field. He never calls back when I leave a message. So, I mean, I know it's not a hopeless situation. So I do a lot of praying that God will bring justice in this situation. And if you ever see that man out there, I hope you call in and let the police know, because you're just as guilty, like I said, if you don't respond to doing what's right, because it could happen in your life too.
Yeah, that's right. I think Detective Kilgore, is it?
Kilgoy.
Yeah, Kilgoy. He will probably put more effort into getting your daughter's case solved, I would think, and pray, because it was such a senseless crime.
Well, I think maybe since time is passing, that they're beginning to realize that we're human beings too.
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
Just like everyone else is, that we got feelings, and the same blood that flows through our veins flows through theirs. And God had a place here on earth for us, or he wouldn't have brought us here.
That's right.
So we're here for a reason. And we have just as much rights as they have.
To be going up and down the street.
Right. I'd like to know, you know, as a person working in the educational system, what do you think can be done as far as parents can do?
Parents need to be at the school, as well as parents teaching the students at home. They need to be at school. They need to spend the time at the school, so the parents will know what's being taught by their child and what their child is doing on a daily basis. I think if the parents are more there, I mean, because when I was growing up, my mother was there, our parents were there, and we had a better education.
Like parents being active in PTA,
what's going on with the school,
and really when the child comes home with you know, a poor
report card.
Yeah, you know, to get involved and to talk and communicate with the teachers. And also, they might want to start communicating with people in their church, in the community. At my church, and I'm so proud to be a member and fellowship. I used to be active in the Young People's Forum department. I'm not anymore because of other reasons, other things I'm involved in that have taken me away from that. But it's such a wonderful program, and this is in the church where the children and these young girls and young boys are so fine. They're just wonderful.
That's fantastic. But what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to come back. You're going to sing a song, and we're going to come back and we're going to go to Greg. Greg is going to tell about what happened to him.
Yeah.
In his case, the person was caught. So you're going to sing a song. We're going to go to break, and after that, you're going to sing. And this song has the great meaning behind it. It says a lot. It's giving a message. And I want you to hear this message.
Wouldn't that be nice to see everybody dancing?
My mother said I was too much trouble. She threw me out. It's pretty terrible out here. I wish I could go back home if they take me. I just don't know what else to do.
Wherever you are, Covenant House can get you help. Call us on the 9 line. It's free. 1-800-999-9999.
Covenant House.
There are times when I don't understand all God has in his master plan. There are times when I just can't see how the Lord is dealing with me. There are times when I know I'm being tried, so my own selfishness will die. I believe it's working for my good. And when it's all over, and when it's all over, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you, Jesus. I'm gonna love you, Jesus, just the same. I know, oh, he's working it out. He's working it out for my good. This I know that he's working it out for my good. I know that he is, and I'm gonna love you, Jesus, just the same. I'm gonna love you, Jesus, no matter what comes my way. I don't care. You can take all you want from me, but I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you, Jesus, just the same. You can beg, borrow, steal, take all I've got, but I'm gonna love you, Jesus. I'm gonna love you just the same. Lord, I don't care. I'm gonna love you. You said all things come together for them that love you. I'm gonna love you, Jesus, just just the same. I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you, Jesus. Just the same. Yes, you can love Jesus no matter what, no matter what's happening in your life. You can love Jesus because he can work it out.
Praise God. That was beautiful. Thank you, Kisha. Wow, you can love Jesus just the same.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
Isn't that something? I mean, no matter what you go through while you're here, I mean, God will make a way.
Yeah.
He don't let you take no more than you can bear.
Yeah.
How it is he says, for those who endure to the end.
Mm-hmm.
You know? That's what, I'm concerned about this that you have went through. Would you tell us a little bit about how you got shot and you pulled through? It could help a lot of people pull through what they're going through.
I was working at a place called Nickerson Recreation Center. And, it was a basketball game. Playoffs. It cost $1 for everybody to get in, so, letting people in. One person didn't want to pay. He just walked in, and walked around. And I told him he had to pay $1 to get out. Because I figured if I let him just walk in and walk over, everybody else going to try to take advantage and just walk on over me. So I told him he had to pay $1 to get out. He didn't say nothing. I said, man, you have to pay $1 to get your butt out of here. And so, he turned around and left, and he said something. I just said, just pay $1 to get out. And so, he left, and then he came back. And, I put my hand on the door like this, so he wouldn't just, I was sitting down, so he wouldn't just walk in again. And so, people still coming around, coming under, paying, and, paying $1. One person that plays on one of the teams came in, and he said, why he don't have to pay? I said, he already paid to be in the league. He don't have to pay. The people that's in the league don't have to pay to come in the gym because they playing. And he said, so what? And somebody said, Greg, go on and let him in. I said, okay. He said, oh, he got to tell you let me come in? I said, yeah, he works here too. He said, well, I don't want to come in now. Pow! Shot me in the leg, shot me in the hip first. I tried to get up and run, but I fell straight to the ground. Then he shot me in the back.
Oh.
And I, they took me to the hospital, and I stayed in there for a while. And I asked the ambulance driver to kill me, but they didn't do that. And they told me that he was out looking at trying to smoke me or something while I was in the hospital. Smoke me, trying to kill me, something like that. But right before I got out, they had caught him. And he, right now to this day, he had got 15 years.
Oh. Well, did they capture him right away?
They caught him the day before I got out the hospital.
How long was that? How long?
I stayed in there for 14 days.
Oh. What took it for them? What did it take for them?
They had a lot of pressure on them. They had pressures from commissioners, from I does a whole lot of things in the community with the different housing developments, by putting on shows, letting people show their talent, and giving away cash prizes. I does a whole lot, and it just that a lot of people I meet from commissioners, congresswomen, and people, they put pressure on the police department, and they.
That's fantastic.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Yes.
They caught him.
That's great. So, what does it take for other people to get?
Putting pressure, going to the everybody you can. If the police department don't do their job, they got people that watch over the police. What is it? The commissioners,
Yeah, police commissioners.
Police commissioners, the city council. You go through them. You go through. I know that in your case you already went through the mayor. That didn't work. But you don't. But you don't stop there. You go through the federal government. You go through the state. You go through all these different agencies.
Wow, I tell you, that's an amazing story, and it's something that, you know, help a lot of people be strong, to see what a strong person that you are, and how now you're really working more with the community than ever, huh?
Oh, yeah, after that, you know, I started some other things. I said I was going to give up on what I was doing, but it was like the community was still pressuring, and I started a show right after that, just like you did, similar to what you're doing now, but it's more like in a field that I was already doing, but it's entertainment now.
Well, but you're a really amazing person, because you just continuously go from one thing to another in helping the community out there with young people, senior citizens, people, help people get jobs, and just the whole works,
everything.
You know. I'm just overwhelmed. If anybody's story of how they, you know, was shot and almost died. And,
again, Donna, I would just like to briefly mention that the individual that shot you, it seemed to me in listening to his story that, again, you know, you have to associate this with being brought up in out of an abusive environment, whether it be in the home or your social association, you know, sometimes in the community, you know, the gang-related part of the community, and a person's inability, because he or she lacks in parental guidance, the inability to control anger. This person became very angry because he was doing his job and letting him know that, listen, you cannot come in without paying just like the rest of the people. And so therefore, you know, he became very angry. He goes and get a weapon, and
you know what?
Commits a vicious crime.
We're going to have to end the show till we come back to another one. And I think this is beautiful, you know. I hope this has helped the public, and I want them to call. And if they want to be on a show or have a reenactment to try to get their case solved, we got to help each other.
What's the number?
Because that's what it's about. 982-0368, area code 818. That's my number, and I'll help you the best way I can, because that's what I'm here for. That's my calling. Hey, thank you. Praise the Lord. Yes.
Can you repeat that number?
982-0368. Yes.
We need more love in the world today. It's time to make a change. There's got to be a better way. Why can't we live our lives in peace and harmony? Wouldn't that be nice to see? Everybody dancing, hand in hand, be more understanding of a fellow man. Everybody's dancing. Wouldn't that be great? Every man, woman, boy, and girl. It's not too late.
Gang banging, that's the road to nowhere. On the run, living in fear. It's a war zone. We're prisoners in our own homes.
Turn on the